talk about career progress, about the Female Leaders Network, salary increase, and also about the MBA journey itself, highlights, challenges, and of course about family and MBA and how you can arrange it. Then I would like to introduce my guest for tonight. So Karin, she works at Oracle. Her position right now is strategic client marketing and account-based managing marketing director. Usually she is from the Slovak Republic. She studied at the University of Economics in Bratislava. And as I said before, she studied the Global Executive MBA here at our university. And she is mother of 2 kids. And in addition, she's also board member of the Female Leaders Network and founder of the Slovak and Czech VUEA Female Leaders Network Hub. So really a lot of things you are doing. With this introduction, I would like to jump right into the first question. So it seems like you have a lot of responsibilities. I mean, you're working, you're studying, you have private obligations. I think it would be interesting for the audience to know why you did decide to do an MBA, what your motivation was, and of course, your career goals.
Thank you, Sabina, for inviting me this evening. And it's my pleasure to share my own experience with everyone who is watching us. So yeah, motivation to pursue the MBA was that I wanted to be the driver of my own career. I wanted to own it in my own hands. And my personality is that I love to learn. I'm curious. And at that stage of my life, I felt that I just want to do something on top of my professional path. And so I decided to do the MBA program here in Vienna.
So you just mentioned that you want to be the driver of your own career.
Yes.
Did you have had any specific career goals when you decided to do the MBA? Or yeah, what did you want to lead a team or change company maybe?
Yeah, so that time during my profession, I was dealing with clients that had a global exposure, and I wanted to gain this insight and knowledge about the other markets that I was not part of previously. So I had a smaller region at my still current company. So I wanted to pursue first of all, the knowledge. Of course, that the second was also my personal development plan, which is the career and the next steps. So yeah, I felt that to fulfill my goals and my future career aspirations, to become a leader, to become to grow on the career ladder, would be good if I will take a program that will be out of my mother company, because to be honest, I didn't find anything suitable to fulfill my expectation and this really hunger for a knowledge, and also most importantly, extend the network, because this is also about the network. And I wanted just to step out from the box. So so I did it, and of course that I was thinking, what kind of a school, what kind of a program would be appropriate. I didn't look first at the executive MBA program, but I remember I came personally back in time, I think it was 2017, here to Executive Academy. And I was listening other GEMBA students that time sharing their story with us, and maybe something similar like what we are doing this evening, but it was in person, and it was in this beautiful building, etc., etc. And I decided that really that program, Executive Global MBA, was the best fit. And I told to myself, okay, how many times people are doing an MBA in your life? So if I will go for a professional MBA that I wanted to gain a knowledge, I was really hungry in innovation, because the program that we also offers is the professional MBA about the innovation and digital transformation. Very interesting. This is exactly what I would love to do. But then I said to myself, okay, I will be not doing two programs. So let's take the one that will really kind of fulfill the big vision, the big goals that I will just roll up my sleeves and just do it. And it actually happened, and I never regret it. I have to say that this was the one of the best times spent in my life, and I really enjoyed it.
Thank you, Karin. That really sounds great. I want to come back to something you've just mentioned, that personal development. I think also for the audience, it will be very interesting to know how you personally transformed. I am pretty sure that it is not only a transformation when it comes to knowledge, to mindset, but also to your personality, becoming a sustainable leader, also giving back something to the community. Maybe you can mention also something how it transformed yourself, your personality.
I think that what happened to me was that I definitely gained some confidence, more confidence into myself, because I was very shy at my company to kind of engage with executives and C-level, either our internal stakeholders or even at the customer side. So I always thought that, oh, these guys, they are too high, and I should not, I was shy. But the fact that I started to meet several leaders thanks to the university, and first of all, a very safe environment to actually testing yourself how to react on several challenges or that is happening during your courses, and also the company visits, etc., etc. So I remember that we had one fantastic session where we, at the beginning of the MBA, where we wrote some goals, what we want to achieve. And I put, okay, I want to learn how to actually engage more with those executives. And I was working on it. And by the end of the program, I gained this confidence, and I built the relationships with those stakeholders, important on my side, but also I on the customer side, out of my current job, etc., etc. So yeah, it was definitely very fruitful and enriching experience.
Thank you for answering this question. You mentioned one interesting aspect, looking at the MBA cohort as a safe environment. That brings me to one picture, and also the audience can see this picture right now. So this was the kickoff, the welcome reception of your class. Maybe you can also share some information about who was in the class, how was the first day on campus. I remember that students always tell me they are so nervous before coming to class the day before. They think, oh my God, where did I register, what I'm going to do? So how it is really then actually to start the program, coming here, meeting all those people there.
So how it happened to me, first of all, I missed this important day.
I did not find you the picture, right?
I was on an international business travel. I think that it was very important customer meeting that we had. I don't remember the location exactly, but I don't think it was in Europe, but whatever. So I felt kind of like a disadvantage. It felt to be like a disadvantage because all these people they met, and when I joined them on the first session that we had, they already knew each other, and for me it was like, oh my goodness. So I really missed that beautiful evening and beautiful welcome agenda program. So yeah, but we had fantastic schoolmates. So we've been, I think, more than 40 people, if I'm not mistaken, 43 or 46. And 26 nationalities across the world. Yeah. So we had one schoolmate. She was traveling from Japan. Amazing person, amazing professional, amazing soul. So it was very hard for her, to with the jet lag and with everything. Then we had people from Latin America, from Europe, also from east part of Europe, and also we had from the US as well. So it was, and India, very international group. And I love the diversity that it brought us. And I have to also mention that our class had a lot of women, which was fantastic. So we really had, it wasn't half and half, but I would say that 1/3 or even more than 1/3.
Yeah, great. So 26 nationalities among those people you see there, and a lot of female students. But then the team building, I can find on the picture you attended the team building. So this is also usually how the first day starts. So you have a welcome reception, we have a team building, we try to bring you close together.
Yeah, this was actually our second team building, because the program, how it was structured, we've been allocated to working groups. And after a certain period of time that you have the opportunity to exchange those groups. So this team building was actually get together to know your next group. And this is exactly our next group that we were working very close together and on all these assignments, etc., etc. So yeah, this is from our second group. Yeah.
The next topic I would like to discuss with you is a little bit about the residencies. So for those who are not familiar with the Global Executive MBA, as it says already in the name, it is a global program, not only when it comes to participants, but it is on the one hand a double degree program. So with the Carlson School of Management, University of Minnesota. And the students will have trips to several different countries in the world. And here I found a picture. I think you went to China.
Yes.
By that, now it's a little bit difficult with the pandemic situation. So I think your cohort was maybe another one after you also went to China. So it would be great if you could share some memories, experiences during those residencies.
Yeah, so all the residencies that we actually made 3. Latin America, Argentina, Brazil, then Asia, India, and mainland China, and then US, of course. So China, it was really special for all of us, I would say. That's time, because the Global Executive MBA is that you are then at the end of the program, you are working with your Chinese colleagues. That time we were working with Chinese colleagues and the US colleagues. So it was also a perfect opportunity to meet with everyone from the Chinese university, we visited several companies, like, for example, Huawei. Then also we visited one of the, I think it was a manufacturing company of one of our alumni. Then also, I don't remember exactly the name of the company, but it was amazing. It was a medical tech company. Actually, prepare or producing based on your own cells some materials that are really like custom made for your body. We felt like in a science fiction that time. It was really amazing. Then we also visited a big car producer and manufacturer in China. It was an enormous company, really perfectly organized. And then, of course, we had some get together with our Chinese colleagues. So we were singing karaoke, and then then having a lovely dinner, and also visiting a country. So we've been in Guangzhou, and and also in India. This was an Indian school of business, actually one of the best business schools in India. It was in Hyderabad. I think that the companies that we visited was Novartis, if I'm not mistaken. Then Startup Hub in Hyderabad. It was really innovative. A lot of cool young people, and also what was very interesting. We visited a school of young kids that they are preparing themselves for their future life, and it was so beautiful to hear from it was a small village nearby Hyderabad, and these kids, all of them, they have their big visions, and it was heartbreaking, I think, for all of us. It was a very nice. All the company visits in Asia were fantastic, and plus also the program that the VU together with the Indian School of Business prepared for us, like a very authentic evening with the Indian artists. It was amazing. So us as a group, as a class group, we had so much fun, and I think that the Asian residency really grew us even stronger. Yeah. So
from your point of view, I mean, when you go on such a trip, you're not a normal tourist. Like when you book a trip with flights and maybe transfer, I mean, you go there as a group of 40 people, and you see places which you would never see.
Exactly.
Go into companies and meet people there.
Exactly.
I guess management, and you have the possibility to ask questions. Can you maybe sum up how can the people think what you get there? What will you experience? You mentioned just the school in India. I've also been to such a school by that time, and I remember that it was, as you mentioned, also heartbreaking. I still remember the school kids there. So maybe you can also explain a little bit what else do you get apart from going to companies, getting academic content.
So as you said, definitely it's not a touristic kind of vacation or a holiday. But it's very professional. You have the advantage of meeting several leaders from that region, from that companies. And so, for example, if you are thinking about setting up a business or expanding your current business, because we had several profiles within our class, you will have these business contacts, and you can then leverage the cooperation with those people, because some of them, they were also looking for contacts in the Europe or all around the world. We had also an opportunity that we met the Austrian trade commissioner from the WKO chamber.
In India or in
it was in Hong Kong. Okay. So the Asian residency was also connected with Hong Kong, so You will have, of course, that there is this aspect of knowing the culture, knowing the region, but definitely you will gain the knowledge how the economy, how the market in that particular country, how it works, and you will actually get the flavor of it. So, for example, for me, the fact that my clients now, I'm dealing with the global clients, it helped me a lot, specifically Latin America, where you have different business processes like we have here in Europe, the same in Asia, specifically in China. So you will get a lot of these business benefits.
And you would say that it's really that you get the global view.
Yes, and you will definitely have and also the network. You will know those people.
So on the next picture, the audience can see now a little bit the skyline of Minneapolis and also the Carlson School of Management. So this is a double degree program.
Yeah.
That means that you also graduate from University of Minnesota and get an MBA degree there. And previously you mentioned that you work together with the Chinese and the US.
Yes.
As the audience does not know exactly what it is, I just want to mention the Global Team Project. So this is the master thesis in our program here. So maybe you can also explain a little bit the benefits of this Global Team Project, which is the master thesis, and what you do.
Yeah. So first of all, those of people who are not used to work in an international environment, and of course, fully digitally. That time, everything was before pandemic. So I know that now we have the new normal and people are used to work online, but that time it wasn't very common for us. So we set up a team of 2 Europeans, 2 Chinese, and 2 US colleagues, and we started to work on our thesis, right? So the fact that you need to also understand the culture, because Asian culture is very different from European and from the US. So how to come up to an agreement, it was even a challenge for us, whose idea basically will be chosen, right? Then you need to set up a very good project plan, depending on the different time zones, because in China and US, it was always a challenge for us. And you need to commit yourselves to stick to the plan, because if you will not able to manage, you can't just like with colleagues in your same time zone, just shift those meetings. No, if you really want to be successful, so you need to stick to the plan. So basically, it taught us to work in a diverse global environment with different cultures. Also, agree on the best way forward, how we will approach this. We had a lot of challenges, and specifically myself, it taught me a lot. And and then. The end of that was that when we met finally all together in the US, because we didn't meet just online, right, back in time, but in US we met all of us. So then we've been working in person all together, preparing the presentation for the big day, so definitely. It was very stressful, I have to say, but worth it.
Yeah, I mean, you do the Global Team Project next to the regular modules.
Next to the regular.
Yeah, so it's not like maybe some of us are used to finish the courses before and then do the master thesis. So this will be in parallel, and I can imagine, it's really very stressful. But at the end, it worked out. And you graduated both from University of Minnesota and from WU, and I found also some nice pictures here with your colleagues and also with our dean, with Barbara Stettinger. So congratulations,
Thank you.
You did it. And
Thank you. It's pity that you don't have pictures, and even I might not have the pictures from the
US.
US, because it was really like, if you can imagine the American movies in the ring, really like arena of an MBA, it was amazing. So it was really lifetime experience.
Yes.
But of course, I love also our Vienna graduation, but in US it was just massive.
I also attended such graduations back then, and I remember it was really like in the huge, like you said, in the movies, arena. Like 2,000 people are there, and you walk on the stage, you get the handshake and the diploma, and then you leave the stage. I can imagine and agree that it's really a once in a lifetime experience. So this would bring me to this question here. So if you think back about the MBA, which three main advice would you give to the audience here? The challenges which they should keep in mind, and also the advantages, of course. And as we are here also tonight to talk especially about female students doing an MBA, maybe you can also share some of your personal advice for the audience.
Gladly. So I have more than three.
Okay.
So I would maybe start from the core. So definitely get to know the tools and resources before you will start the program. You know, now a lot of things are online, so it's good to understand, considering your time availability. So that's definitely good insights that will help you to better manage your time. It's connected also to this second advice that you need to program your time effectively. So you will learn much better time management. Then also you need to balance your work life and with your professional private life, sorry. So I have two kids. So before starting an MBA, I discussed this with my family, because I told them that, yeah, I'm really thinking about starting this program, but of course it will be time consuming. I will be away. Will you support me? And actually all of them were very happy for me and say, yes, of course, just do it. So I have the support from the family, and they were very happy and proud that I decided to approach this goal. Then another advice that you will definitely build, open yourself to build relationship, because this is a very, very crucial part of every MBA, and ask for help. Definitely it will even taught you how to ask for help, and maybe in your professional life, maybe you don't want to acknowledge your vulnerability. So of course it depends on the character and the position that you are currently doing, but still under such a intensive program, you will learn how to ask for help, and either your family or your colleagues or your company or your schoolmates or whatever. Then find a mentor. This is definitely a good advice. And this person can help you to overcome all the struggles that you might have, or simply discuss based on his or her previous experiences. Ideally, it would be good if that mentor even had an MBA, so then can help you in tough times. And definitely keep an open mind and take some chances. So I would say that these are all advices, comprehensive advices for you guys.
You mentioned time availability, time management, work-life balance. how many hours do you think a week you should spend on studying? And I mean, at the end, it all does not only depend on you. You mentioned you have to work in a peer group, and I can imagine if you're in a peer group with, I don't know, 4 or 5 people, you have to find a Teams meeting time slot. Not
Yes.
any. So, is there any guess you can make? Is it like 2 hours or 20 hours a week?
So I would say that the definitely per week, I would say like 5 hours maximum. Of course, when we maybe at the beginning I was spending more, and then at the end of the program on the assignment, of course, master thesis was really, but you know, at the beginning we always, you need to get familiar with the new setup. So I remember for sure that at the beginning of the program for starting first 2 modules, I was spending a lot of time. Then I was used to get with the flow, and it was less. And also we within our team, we knew that who is good for what. So you will find your best, basically your best buddy to help you with certain assignments. So when we had something on finance, we had an excellent finance guy in our group. So that all of us, we were relying on him. For marketing, that was actually me.
Yeah.
So we learned how to find the right balance for all of us. And of course, I also, and all of us, we learn how to ask for help. So, okay, sorry, now I really cannot do this or that. Can I please do this next time on the next assignment? So yeah, I started with more hours, and then I think that ended up on much less. I
mean, I remember when we are talking to students, they always say like 10 hours per week. I mean, you also have to come to campus for the presence teaching, but it also depends on your knowledge at that time.
I did not count the presence within this at the campus.
Yeah.
No. This was just.
So it's really a lot. I mean, next to work, family, and so on. And I found it very interesting that you mentioned finding a mentor. Any advice on how to find a mentor? I mean, do you put it on LinkedIn, or is it via the Executive Academy network?
Yeah, there is also a program via the Executive Academy where all the MBA alumni who wish to be part of the mentoring program. So you can find them. I am also happy to be a mentor to someone if someone would be interested. And it could be also a mentor in your professional world, in your company, or maybe a good friend that who also did maybe similar MBA, or yeah. So you need to feel good with the mentor, and you will also build trust. Yeah. So good tip.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning the mentoring program. Yeah, yes, we are really we are offering such a program through our executive club. And with my introduction, I also mentioned the Female Leaders Network, and you are a member of what there. So I think especially for our female prospects here, it would be interesting to know what this is.
So yeah, gladly, it's a fantastic network of business women, and actually those who are part of the VU Executive Academy MBA programs, either Global Executive MBA or professional MBAs. And we are actually helping women to succeed in their professional life. And encourage them through their journey. And this is done in a very sharing environment. So this community is diverse. and it's never about the competition.
Mhm.
So we are promoting each other and building also a friendship and helping each other to gain a knowledge, gain certain confidence, learn them how to balance the work-life balance, how to manage better their family with the work, even with the program. So, and also we are trying to, and we are also not even trying, but we are doing it. We are promoting other female successful women that achieve something either in their entrepreneur career or in their professional life. So yeah, it's definitely excellent community under the VU Executive Academy.
I think you also meet for dinners and organize.
We are organizing events, yeah, and I think that all the events and our program is on the website or even within the Executive Academy, this LinkedIn program. So you can find all the events there. We are doing several type of topics, for example, healthcare. This is the upcoming event that will be happening in November. We just had in September, very nice event. She leads Mars, he leads Venus. It was amazing. We had a lot of attendees, a lot of questions from the audience. And yeah, we are supporting also those females that would like to pursue the MBA. And yeah, we can help with various advices. So yeah, just feel free to contact us through the VU.
Yeah, I think the Female Leaders Network is really a great initiative. And there is a question in the chat from Milada, and I think it works very well together with my last question. 3 years, or not, it's not 3 years, I think it's 2019, so 3 years after the graduation. How has your career developed? And the question in the chat is also related to this question, how it helped you progress in your position in your company. How did your managers see you with your as the executive MBA as an advantage? Because when you apply for our MBA programs, you also have to bring a letter of recommendation from your direct supervisor. So you have to talk to the company anyway and tell them at a certain stage that you want to do an MBA.
Yes.
So it would be great if you just sum up how your career progressed and also what your managers said about the MBA.
So I got a support from my company. So they supported me also partly financially, but mainly I got a support from TimeWise that they were fully fine with the fact that I will be pursuing this this program, and of course this was also stated and clearly stated that I will continue to deliver in my job in the way that I used to. And when I successfully graduated from MBA, I applied. We had changes in our company, and we were creating new team. So I applied to my management line, and I was selected for a new role that was more connected to topics that I was not responsible before starting my program. So it was very fulfilling and motivating to me. Yeah. So I did progress in my career.
Thank you. The question was answered. So if anyone needs support on how to approach the supervisor or the company. Of course, we as the Executive Academy, we also support you. You can arrange a consultation with me or with any of my colleagues. And we can give you also some tips and tricks and advice when you go into such a conversation with your employer. And if you want to have the yes to an MBA, so you can get in contact with me and we can arrange a consultation. Here are the contact details. You can connect with us via LinkedIn, for example, and also contact me by email. So the recording of this event will be sent to you by email. You can watch the YouTube video afterwards if you want to maybe hear some parts of the interview again. Do you have any questions coming from the audience? You can put them into the chat. Otherwise,
maybe I would like to say something at the end. Maybe pursuing an MBA for a woman, having children, having a family, and also building the career. So when I started, my kids were 11, 13. So actually entering, so it was the early teenage age for them. But we had also my other schoolmates small kids. So I know that some of the females, they even use the opportunity during the maternity leave to do the MBA and to still be not only fully dedicated to household, daily household jobs, but they wanted to also smartly invest in their time and their knowledge and their experiences. So they started this program. And also we had women who had much smaller kids or even older kids. And all of us, we did it. So when you have a support from your family, of course, don't be scared. It might be a lot on your shoulders as a woman, but it will be fantastic time for you, and you will never regret it. You will gain something that will be never taken of you, and you will stand out of the crowd, because of course that even the management line and everyone within your professional world can see that you are able to take on your shoulders even an extra that you have a passion for, and it shows a lot, even in your professional environment. So it is manageable. It is manageable, and it was fantastic time. So I really encourage you to try this.
Yeah, I think there will never be the perfect moment. I mean, there are always things, you know, you have to do, you have obligations, you have private issues. The next promotion is just around the corner. So yeah, financing issues. I personally don't think that there is the perfect moment, but there's the right moment to do it. Yeah. I see that there are no questions in the chat. Oh, there is one, but it's a direct pause. I will come back to you on this special question, because it's just me as a consultant, my consultant role here. So if there are no questions anymore coming from the audience to both of us, as I said before, you will receive the recording of this interview, and you can contact us if you have more specific questions. And I think it was a great evening. It was very nice having you here. Thank you that you took the time after work between picking up your sons again. And we wish you all a good night.
Thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure to share my experience with all of you and to be again in this fantastic campus. And I really enjoyed it. So thank you so much, Sabine. And I hope that you enjoyed it.
So thank you. Goodbye.